Good morning, everybody. 8:20 a.m. 9/28, September 28th, 2022. This market is nuts, very volatile. Hanging out, made new lows yesterday. Let's look at these. Let's look at the SPY daily chart. Definitely in a balance. A little bit of a balance area here. You can see we got like triple tops here. Can't break these resistance, these highs. Okay, and we got the gap. So we haven't been able to find any buyers past this point. So 370 basically is the key resistance level. Okay. Let's look at the Qs. Qs, they have a resistance of like 280. We keep hitting that. Not as triple toppy as the ES, but actually has these equal bottoms here. And the Qs have not made a new low yet. So we kind of have a level right here, 272. Okay, that's been our support. So 272 has been the support. 269.28 is the low, and we haven't made new lows yet. So we're like hammering at a bottom here. We're pretty much very oversold. Have to see what plays out here. This is just one volatile market. I mean, VIX is at 34 right now, 34.6. Very volatile. Okay. Now, I just want to go into some levels for the SPY and for the Qs. Okay. Let's go to the SPY. Alright, so for the SPY, we have a double bottom here in the overnight. Okay, that should if it breaks, we're probably going lower. Okay, so that is 358.83 right here, 358.83. We have a resistance level in the SPY, 364.59. This has been resistance overnight and in the RTH session. Okay, and then the level I talked about earlier, 369.60, to call 370, that's been resistance in the SPY. So those are the key levels. Okay, so let's look at the Qs. So in Qs, we have the double bottom as well in the overnight, 269.96. Okay, key resistance is 275.93 in the Qs, as well as the highs, 279.49's resistance. Okay, so these are the key levels in the Qs. Okay, let's look at 10-year yield, see what we got going there. Poof. All right. Let's see, did that open yet? Ten-year yield. That's from yesterday. We haven't got a number on it. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so interesting to note here, we haven't opened yet in the 10-year, but what I can see in the futures, the 30 30-year is being bought. Okay, it's up 0.45%. That's going to drive the 10-year. I mean, the 10-year in the futures also is being bought, so that's going to drive the 10-year down a little bit. Interesting why this isn't usually show me today's. That should come into play any minute now. But anyway, we hit highs yesterday, 3.9, almost 4%. Okay, huge moves in the bond market. Okay, it's like parabolic almost. So that's obviously not good for equities, not good for tech stocks. As soon as that TNX opens up, I'll go back to it to see where it's at. But still, this is just telling, right? It's been rocketing higher. So we'll go back to it. You could also look at the VIX. Let me get rid of these drawings. So this is the VIX. We're actually at a resistance level here. I just noticed that. That doesn't mean we can't go higher. It just means that we've tried before in the past. It's still a very volatile market. Okay. All right, let's get into the futures. Got some things I want to talk about. That TNX did not print yet. That's interesting. Maybe at 8:30 we'll go back to it. Okay. So let's go to the VIX. The futures. Look at profile. Alrighty. Give me one sec here. Alright, what do we got? Alright, so yesterday, what I was talking about was the composite profile over here. Right? If I draw it here, this is what we have going here. Right? Now yesterday, it kind of ended here. And I said, to complete this profile, we'd have to make some excess. Well, guess what? We got that excess in the overnight. We got it. So now we have a complete profile. Okay. I'm not saying this is the bottom for now, because anything can happen. I'm not giving you an absolute. Alright. But when you have a complete profile with excess down here and there's not much volume down here, right? We're not staying here and building a value. We kind of like moved up. Okay. This could be a temporary bottom. Okay, that's very important. And where's the destination that we probably could go first? The most traded price of the week, right? 3709.50. Those are magnets. The most traded prices of the week and the month are magnets. So if we can't build, if we can't build volume down here, okay, we're going to wind up coming back and testing this level again. Okay. Now, I said yesterday we had a bracket, right? It's basically here and here. And what did we do yesterday? We failed to break the highs. And so I said yesterday, if we can't, it's the short, right? Short to the under and the balance to here. So we wound up coming down here and we wound up breaking the lows, but then coming right back into the bracket. Okay. So this is still our playground for the resistance, right? The shorts are really having a hard time getting some excursion, some farther down movement here. Yes, we're getting down farther down movement, but it seems labored by now. Okay, it seems very labored. Again, I'm not. Anything can happen, and this is not anything I say is not absolute. Anything can happen, right? However, couple things in our favor today for a little bit of a long, but I'm not saying long. We got that profile. We finally got the excess down here. That means a lot of people are not trading down here, right? So we got excess now. We have our bracket high, we have our range highs up here, right? We still have this gap up here. So if buyers can push us back here and we knock here, be very interesting to see what happens. Okay, very interesting. Let's move on to the Nasdaq. Similar story here, right? Similar story. We have now a completed profile. Okay, we got excess now. And it just means that this runs out of steam here. See how you get less volume, less volume, less volume, right? That just means less and less people are transacting here, right? So these prices are if it's an auction, they're deemed as not fair. Unless we come back here and we keep trading down here, then you'll get value here, right? That's how that works. So that's very interesting. We have a complete profile. We're inside yesterday's range. Okay. Most traded price is here at 11,400. I would say in the NQ, that's the line, a little bit of a line in the sand. We need to pop above that in order to re-engage buyers, okay? So we have to see. Got the excess here. And we're very balanced in this session. Here's the midpoint of the session, and there's price right here. So that's very balanced. Very hard to read, to be honest with you. When this overnight's balanced, okay? When the overnight session is balanced like this, it's right at the midpoint, right? So that means that basically if you were short off the open and then you took profit, now the buyers came in and squeezed these shorts here. So it's like the pain has been done both ways now. That's how you have to look at that. We have excess here, we have excess here, and now price is here. So that's just balancing. The longs and the shorts have both been taken care of in the overnight. Okay? Hope that makes sense to everybody. All right, let's look over at the 60-minute futures chart. Alrighty. So you can see here in the futures chart, okay, we're starting to, I mean, this is very volatile, but you can see, we're kind of bottoming it out here. So what do we have as a key support level? 36.1450. Okay, double bottomed here. The 36.48 was kind of a resistance level here that just got broken again. Now, this is a very key level now. 36.73.25 is a key resistance level. It's been resistant a bunch of times, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we move and we take this out, could very well have us move back to here. Okay, and we could start knocking on the door of this key resistance of 37.2850, and you can see this is the gap. This is what's been resistant multiple times. Okay, if we break this level, you're gonna have the bear market rally. You're not gonna have much resistance here in this gap. You're just not. And then we're looking at 37.72.75. Because if we come up here again and we pierce it and hold, we should move here. Okay, and the shorts are just trying and trying and trying. We're moving incrementally lower, but we're not really destroying those lows. Okay, something to keep your mind on. Okay, and if you want to call this a neckline, it could turn out to be, right, with a shoulder here. We make another shoulder here with the head here. It's an inverse head and shoulders pattern. So we could, let's say, come up here again and find resistance, right? Build this shoulder out, and then that neckline gets broken here. We're moving up at least to here, 37. Let's see what that is, because I don't know if you could tell here, there's a high volume node here, which is also the most traded breaks of the week, 37.09. Okay, we can move here, probably pause there. Okay, have a little tough time there, and then pop. If you could pop over to 37.28, then we're going higher, fill that gap. Okay, let's look at the Nasdaq. All right, let's look at the Nasdaq. Okay, Nasdaq double bottom, 111.45. That's support. Okay, double bottom. Now look, we're starting to break this resistance level, 112.85, right now. So right now the market is, ES is up 0.11%. The Nasdaq is down 0.28%. Okay. The Dow is up 0.27% and the Russell's up 0.47%. Okay. So if this move can break this, finally break this and go up here, we have a resistance level here. Okay. 113.86 right here. And then we're not going to have much resistance to move up to 115.01. Let's see if it can make it, right? I just said we got excess at the bottom now. Okay. Pretty cool when you have that in the profile, to have you look at a complete profile, right? It's pretty powerful. All right, so you know, this could be our neckline in the Nasdaq here. With a shoulder here. Let's say if we come up here, find resistance, 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 have another shoulder, head, inverse head and shoulders, and we move higher. We have to find that out, right? This is a lot of sell and the rip in this market, so we have to find that out. All right, let's go to the market profile. Zoomed in one. We're moving. We're moving. definitely moving. The Nasdaq's almost only down 0.11% right now. So we're in the ES. We're about to challenge the 3673 resistance level, basically overnight highs. So let's look at this here. Okay. So price is at 3665. That key resistance level is right here. Well, crude is going nuts right now. Crude just broke out. Right here. Crude just broke this level. And it's right here now. So that just broke out. And crude's been moving with the indexes. They're kind of correlated right now. So, very interesting. Okay. Very interesting. All right, let's get into some scenarios. Okay. So, I kind of already talked about what could happen. Okay, so what I could see, let's look at as far as like if we open, okay, we're in a supply zone and this has been resistant a bunch of times. So we could find sellers right now. Okay. Let's say if we opened here, we have a little bit of time now to the opening. Okay, so this could break or whatever. But let's just say I'm going to give you just from here. So let's just say we break this level, come back to it, dip it below it, come back to it, and I think we can pop up, and then this is where we'll find some resistance, the 3709. And this next level is the key level. And one or two things are going to happen here. We're going to pop up to it, come up, find support, and we're going to rip higher and fill that gap. Okay? Or we can't break this. Maybe we pop into the gap, and then most likely we'll probably go back to the bottom of the range again. That's just how it works, the balance that we're in right now. If we can't do it again, we're going down to the other end. Okay? What also could happen today, pop up, find resistance here in the supply zone, come back down to 3648, pop down to the overnight lows, and either we're going to pop higher back or make a new lows. We're definitely catching a bid right now in the market. I can see this candle's about to break right now. Let's see if it can break. There it is. It just broke it right here. Price just broke 36.73 as I'm talking to you guys. Let's see if it gets follow through now. That level hasn't been broken for a while. Overnight. Nasdaq's also up 0.8% now. So Nasdaq has that 113.86 level here that it needs to break. Let's see if this could get traction. Just needs to get follow through now. ES is starting to get follow through. There we go. I just heard a large orders hit the tape. I have alert set for large orders. There we go. We're pushing now. So here's that level that I talked about. It's being broken now. Okay, as we speak. This level right here needs to be broken now in the Nasdaq. You can see Nasdaq prices right here. Okay, this needs to break too to get these two markets in sync. This is the key level right now for the Nasdaq. There's not going to be much resistance, but we're coming up into a supply zone here, right in here. Okay, this is in the most traded price of the last week, 114 or 11,400. Okay, this needs to break in order for this ES to go higher. Okay, so being that this is a little, what's happening right now, I'm gonna give, what I kind of gave already overall what I see, right? So I'm just gonna give this scenario again. So now we're starting to get some selling coming in here. Let's see if it can hold this level. So ES needs to break this level, and we could possibly go to here. Okay, and if we can punch higher, we're going to fill the gap, we're going to move higher. If we can't, we go back to the end of the range. In the Nasdaq, we need to break this level, and it's going to be a tough. We're already getting some selling in here. See, that rip's being sold, but let's see, it hasn't broken. Okay, so in the Nasdaq, if we break this level, come up, then we got supply up here, and we need to break 115. You got a little more tough sledding in the Nasdaq, but if we break the 1556, then we still have this level, 11,600. Okay, if we can't, we're going back down. This is really the shot for the buyers to catch the sellers off guard. Okay, lastly, let me just explain what could happen on the open, because look where we closed. We closed here. Okay, we closed here. We closed at 36.63.25. Okay, now all this volume transacted at the end of the session yesterday. So if you're short right now and you thought you had great location, and let's say it's an equity, it doesn't matter, it could be a stock, but let's say it's, if it is futures, then you're probably going to cover right now. But if it's stock and you short it and you're happy, you saw the market go all the way down here, well, guess what? You're not happy now. And when the market opens and we can stay up here, I think we're going to push, because people are going to wind up being underwater, and they're going to then buy back their positions. I'm not saying it has to happen, but I'm just saying this is how the market works. Everyone's short here. Price is here. Okay, we all know in equities right now you can't trade. You could at 8:30 in extended hours, but like when the market opens at 9:30, people have options. Let's just say they're gonna not like what they're seeing, but that's if price holds here. Okay, that's if price holds here. So that's just how it works. Okay, so it's really, the gist is, the gap up here, could we come up and fill it? If we can't, we're going back down. That's really it. Or we can't even make it up here, and we come down and we make new lows. That's the story. Hate to be the dead horse, okay? There we go. See, we're starting to sell now. Doesn't mean that it's, this is so volatile. It could be totally different at 9:30. It's kind of hard to give scenarios when the market's so volatile. Okay, but hopefully I gave some insight. And I wish everybody good luck. Give me a like, subscribe, share it with some of your friends, set the alarm so you get notified when I go live. And I wish everybody good luck today. And I will see everybody tomorrow.